right. How's it going? Happy Thursday evening, guys. I hope you're well and that you're having a good week so far. It's already pretty much the end of the week. Every single time we're meeting is pretty much the end of the week because obviously it's Thursday, just one day to go before Friday. And most people tend to work Monday through Friday. So if it's your case, just one more day, just one more day. I remember when I was there, I was waiting for that day. I was like, oh my God, when is the weekend coming? And the weekend would come and I would be like, oh my God, yeah. And it's over already. Let's go back to work. So if it's you, I hear you, I feel you, but stay there. And if you're building a business on the side, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, because eventually it will happen that your business will become your full-time venture. Okay. So, welcome. I hope you're well. If you're tuning whether on my business page, Thierry V. Alexander, or the Rising World Private Community Group, or even on YouTube, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you don't know me, if it's the first time that we meet, then again, welcome to you. Nice to meet you. Let me know your name, where you are, what you're doing. For me, my name is Thierry from thierryvalexander.com. As you can see right here, each and every single week on Thursday, we're meeting at 8 p.m. live. And we're talking about a topic which is linked to the blog article and video that came out on a Monday on my website, which is right here, as well as a freebie that you get access to when you are getting that blog, right? Completely free. You can download it and then implement it into your business. And then on Thursday at 8 p.m. we're meeting here. We can have a discussion. We dive a little deeper into the topic. Obviously, I'm not going to read the blog because there would be no point. I'm just giving you extra information. And that's the time for you, if you like, to bring your questions, to get my attention live and have that conversation. Of course, if you're watching this on a replay, I'm not going to ignore you. I'm going to reply to your messages. I'm going to help you out as much as possible. Yet live always has this little extra thing, right? Already we're not meeting much in person around the world. So having that interaction, that bond, online is, for me, it's really important. I actually just right now ended up a coaching program of 8 weeks. We just literally finished the last session a couple of hours ago, an hour ago, in fact. And I'm now embarking into a one-on-one coaching program with an 8-figure earner that is going to help me take my business to the next level so that I can help you take your business to the next level. So I hope you're as excited as me. Give me some love about this extra step, because it is an extra step. It is an expensive program that I put money in to take my business to the next level. It did stretch me, right? And that is to be able to bring you back the value thanks to the growth that I'm paying in, investing in, and going to grow through, as I like to say, instead of going through. Today, what we're going to talk about is some strategies that top earners, like 8-figure earners that I'm aligned with, the coaches that I'm working with, and the mentors also that I have on a regular basis from Monday through Friday. Even on the weekend, I'm hanging out with those people on a different level. Yet Monday through Friday, we're working. They're looking into my business, and I want to share with you here some strategies that those top earners are actually using, implementing in their business, so that you can also use them and grow your business the same way. Have you ever, let me know in the comment section if you ever felt that way, where you are in a maybe what's it called, a seminar, or you're watching your leaders on a webinar, you're attending some event of some sorts, that you've got those people with authority on stage, and you're wondering, oh, that's great, I want to be there. Somehow deep down in myself, I feel that I'm missing something. There's a missing piece. Yet I cannot put my finger on it. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like, just checking the, yeah, the sound is good. I was gonna ask you, always check your your tech, making sure. Uh, and also, like, yeah, do you wonder why and how those leaders make it to the top? Because that was me. For many, many years, I was like, oh my God, what is the code that I need to crack? And finally, several years ago, I got into personal branding, hint, hint, and attraction marketing, hint, hint, number two, where I've aligned myself with the people that are doing it the right way, that are running their business the right way. They're not looking for the cookie cutter kind of thing. That doesn't exist. If someone is pitching you with get rich quick business type of thing, run the other side, right? Because they are like the plague. You've got to avoid them, kind of thing. So what are those some of those strategies that you can use? And again, every leader is different. Some of them would use certain things and some others would use other things. There are some fundamentals, however, that are pretty much the same for everyone, whether you've got an online business, a traditional business, or both. You've got to interact with people, right? And when you're interacting with people, you obviously want to attract the best qualified leads into your business, the people that are wanting what you've got to offer, the people that are, even when done right, asking you for more information about what you've got to offer before you even offer it, before you even ask them if they are open to take a look into what you've got going on, and if they are open to receive some information about what you can provide them as a solution. That does happen when you're doing it right. People will ask you. I've got my inbox with inquiries. Don't know, is it another word? Just like what's the one? There are some words like a niche. Is that this kind of word where the pronunciation is a battle kind of thing between people? My inbox is full of inquiries where I'm being asked, what is it that you're using to build your business? Can you tell me more about your coaching program? What extra income stream type of solution do you have in your backend that I can take a look into? How can you help me? I've got that all the time. It wasn't always like that. Far from it. I was struggling. I was a struggling entrepreneur. I was a struggling network marketer. I was also at some point a struggling makeup artist, trying to find the best people, or even find the people, period, that are a fit for my business and that I wanted to serve. Okay, even that I wanted to serve was not even in the picture yet, because I had no knowledge about choosing your ideal audience. And I'm not saying, like figuring out your ideal audience, but choosing your ideal audience, picking, deciding, because we get to choose as entrepreneurs. Hey, so attract your qualified leads. How do you do that? As I just said, you figure out your audience. Very important. That's the basic of all. And in some of the Facebook groups that I am in some digital entrepreneur group, nomad groups, etc., I've asked some questions, because I always survey my audience as well, and the people that are also in alignment with what I do. And a lot of them, I've asked a question like, what advice would you give sorry, let me go back. The question that I've asked in 3 different groups that I'm hanging out in is, what is the one advice that you would give your younger entrepreneur self? Okay, so basically when they started right at the beginning, what is the advice now that they are where they are at right now, whether it's a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years that they are in business, what is the one advice that they would give their younger entrepreneur self? And a lot of people say, entrepreneurs, right, that figuring out their audience will be the one thing they would give as an advice to their younger entrepreneur self. Like, go and figure out, choose who do you want to serve. Because when you know who you want to serve, you then figure out by market research, what are their pains, what are their struggles, what are their desires, what do they want to achieve. Thus, do you have a solution to provide in order to resolve those challenges that they are facing and that you can offer them? You see, when you've got clarity of when you chose who you want to serve, then you can dive in and look into what the other elements. People tend to do the opposite, right? Or even worse, some people tend to say, I want to serve everybody. And I was there myself too. So I'm not yelling at you. I'm talking to myself, to my younger entrepreneur self as well, where it was like getting out of my house with my metaphorical prospecting helmet and wondering where the next person that I would pitch and my product and business opportunity to was. Okay, so attracting your qualified leads, that's one of the things that the top earners do in order to grow their business the right way. The second thing is to actively build their audience. And bear with me, I'm going to share with you actually a guide that is very well in sync with what we are talking about here. But let me know, does that make sense about the ideal audience, the how to attract your qualified leads, to start at least knowing how to attract your best qualified leads? Did that make sense to you so far? Whether you're on a replay or live, let me know. And the second point is that they are actively building their audience. They are out there. They're not just like, they're actively there. Building a business takes time, takes energy, takes some money as well. Doesn't have to take a lot of money. It does though. Yet it takes work. If you're network marketing, we say network marketing. If you're an entrepreneurship, you've got to work. There's no secret. I've got some, I hear here and there, sometimes even my new coaching clients say, oh, actually, we had that conversation with one of my coaching clients yesterday that, and if she's here, I'm sure she wouldn't mind, I'm not mentioning any names, that she doesn't like conversations. And I'll tell you a secret. Do you want to know a secret? Let me tell you a secret. Actually, don't always enjoy it. And I used to really dislike it because I didn't know how to communicate in a normal manner, yet bringing the business into the conversation without being salesy and pushy and all that stuff. This is mostly the reason why I used to not enjoy the process of prospecting, talking, sharing my stuff with people, because I didn't know how. And that is probably, maybe if you are not feeling comfortable about talking to people, not liking the process, perhaps it is because there are some skills you need to actually get or improve. Right? Yet, I had some notes from a course, a leader that I've listened today, and she said something so good, and damn, it's in the other room. I took note, like something along the line about transaction and conversations. Oh yeah, the transactions are in the conversations. I'm pretty sure that was it. The transactions that you will make for your business, people spending money into your business, happen in conversations. If you don't have any conversations, there will not be any transactions. So you've got to be active at talking to your audience, building your audience. So how do you build your audience? I'll talk about Facebook. This is more my jam. This is where I am. Although Instagram, you can play with the hashtags and stuff like that. I've got some clients I'm helping with Instagram too. The principles are the same. The fundamentals are exactly the same. Now, on Facebook, I tend to recommend my clients to find 2 to 3 Facebook groups where their ideal audience that they chose to serve, that they're choosing to serve, is hanging out. And then each and every single day, leaders, top earners that are 6, 7, 8-figure earners, they are hanging out in those groups and they are communicating, giving some value through posts. They're publishing their own posts. They're also hanging out in other people's posts, commenting on other people's posts, replying to comments in other people's posts with other commenters. And then we friend them up. We have a few conversations back and forth, a few comments, and then I friend people up, send a message alongside my friend request to say, hey, nice connecting with you over in XYZ group. And now either I take it back from the conversation that we've had and started in the group, or I'm always checking their profile to see first if it's a person I would like to converse in a private setting, and if so, what it is that we can start a conversation with. Where do they live? Their family sort of set, are they parents? Are they single? Are they in a gay relationship? Or what type of lifestyle do they have? Do they like hiking? Do they like playing piano? Do they like singing? Do they like food? What is it that we have in common? I'm finding a commonality aspect that we can start a conversation on, okay? And this is where it happens. It doesn't have to take long to build relationship and to get into business. Once I'm asking a few things, oh, you're living there? Oh, cool. That's great. I'm living in London. Where exactly do you live? Oh, in the US or there, whatever. Oh, cool. And what is it that you're doing exactly? I am an online marketing coach. What is it that you're doing? That's a business question. If you're building a business, helping and wanting to get into business talk, this is business. If you're in health and wellness, you can say, oh, great. So you're in the US. You're in the US. What is the local favorite food of yours out there where you're living? Mine is blank. Always give also your answer, so people feel that because you're opening to them, they will open to you as well. It's the law of reciprocity. You see what I mean, right? Like give and take, give and give, right? If you give, they will give back to you. So actively build your audience, go into the groups, build communications by creating posts, communicating into other people's posts, friend people up, send them a message, send a private message alongside your friend request. Never send a friend request without a message. That is the most annoying thing because we don't know what you want. And they will most likely not accept your friend request, or even if they accept it, they're not going to be the one coming into your inbox saying, hey, you send me a friend request. What do you want? What do you have? What is it that you're selling? What do you do with love in life? What do you do for a living? What do you do for, they're not. You've got to be actively building your audience and creating those conversations. The transactions are in the conversations. Now, as I said to you, when here basically we're talking about essentially branding, knowing your audience, where you are. My bike is, sorry for I'm just giving myself some massage at the same time. I think I'm sitting a little too much lately. Even though I'm going for a run, I'm actually working my way on being able to do the side and front split. Yes, I am. So that's quite of a fun journey. And anyway, so we're talking about personal branding here, essentially. So that's the reason why I want to introduce you to the personal branding guide that is going to give you some steps, some essentials of what to know within to create your personal brand. Okay, some elements that you need to know to create that personal branding of yours. Now, you might be wondering, you might be asking me, especially if you're network marketing, for example, okay, well, what does that mean to me as a network marketer? Well, it means that you want to brand yourself, not the company you're representing, because the company you represent is not your company. You are an independent consultant when you sign the contract, whether it's virtual or on a paper. You are an independent consultant. You are a distributor. You're not a business owner in there. It doesn't say CEO or business owner or founder in that paper that you're signing. You are a distributor and a consultant, an independent consultant, you know. So you want to brand yourself, because you never know what's happening. If you are leaving that company, you go to another one. You don't want to explain to anyone what is the reason why you've left that company when you are online and people are like, oh, I don't see that product anymore. And now you're promoting a new thing. Why? It's like, oh, I don't want to go into this chat and whatever. It's your life. So that's one thing. Now, if it's your own business, just like me, my coaching and all this, still brand yourself. Branding yourself means knowing your audience, how to serve them, craft a message that speaks to them, that relates, so they can come to you and ask and know what you're doing, how you can serve them, and ask you for more information on the back of it to see how they can work with you. So if you want to get access to personal branding, dive into it, have those information at hands to get started, then just type the number 115 in the comment section if you are on my business page, Thierry V. Alexander. If you are in the Rise and Roll private community, on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere else but on the business page, then just go on thierryvalexander.com/115. Thierry V. Alexander, DRE at the end.com/115. That will take you back to my blog, where you get all the other blogs that I've been uploading for and putting together with you each and every single week with a new freebie every single time for the past 3 years. So you've got a lot of content you can dive into, and by doing the /115, it will take you exactly on the blog of this week with the freebie, which is the personal branding guide that you can download for free and have at hand. So now, a couple more tips on what the top earners are doing. Let me know, what is your thought on personal branding so far from what we covered, what we talked about? Does that resonate with you? Do you have any knowledge about it? Where are you at on the scale of personal branding? Like 10, knowing everything, you don't have to learn anything anymore, or 1, actually, I'd say 10, there's a lot to learn still, or maybe you know some, but you still need to learn quite a bit about it. And then 1, you know everything about it. You don't need to know to hear what I'm saying here. You don't need to dive into more details about personal branding. You're sorted. You know it all. Right? Where are you at on that scale of 1 to 10 about personal branding knowledge of yours? Let me know in the comment section. So the one of the tip that I will share with you after my sip of water. Yes, it's not coffee, not tea, not my booster drink today, just plain water. Top earners and entrepreneurs in general, right? Not necessarily top earners, they do it for sure. Yet all entrepreneurs that are serious and knowing that business can be ups and downs, they are ups and downs all the time. You're not just getting paid because you're showing up in the morning and pushing the door of, even if you have a traditional business, let's say you're a baker, you've got a bakery shop, or you are a makeup artist or a beauty therapist, you've got a salon, you've got a clothing shop, you've got whatever it might be, or you've got an online business as well. It's not just about either opening the door of the shop or opening your laptop and logging in, that is going to bring the money and the income at the end of the month just by clocking in, right? This is a job. This is an employment. You turn up, you get paid. You call sick, you might even get paid for 7 days, right? Done it to build my business. Oh, don't tell anyone. I don't really care. You can tell everyone you want. Yet as an entrepreneur, you've got to have a safety net, and the safety net of making sure that you're not risking that your business is not making much income in any given month is to have multiple income streams. That way, if one of your businesses, one of your legs is not making much, you have another safety net. There's something that is going to give, right? You've got more than one income, more than one solutions to offer your audience. Most likely, when you're creating multiple income streams, the solutions that you've got in the back end of your brand will be solutions that you can offer the same audience. It doesn't have to be. You can serve more than one audience even. Yet as an entrepreneur and top earners, that's what they do. We create multiple income streams so that we have that safety net, okay? Like I've got affiliate, I've got my own coaching program, I create my own courses, I have some challenges, I have also like a social marketing type of product, online business. I've got different things to offer and I'm making my income. So that's why sometimes when you hear people saying multiple six-figure earners, they might be from different type of legs of their businesses, of their brands. And also when they say a six-figure earners, it doesn't mean from one thing only. It can be an overall of their brand, and the products that they have. Does that make sense? So if you are an entrepreneur, you're serious about being a full-time entrepreneur. If you are in whatever type of business, my biggest recommendation, don't overwhelm yourself trying to do and get multiple income streams at once. Build them, right? Build one, get comfortable with that, build another one, and then by the time you know it, you've got multiple income streams just like I have, and you are having that rotation kind of thing and at least that safety net, okay? Really, really important. And the last thing that top earners are doing as well, to be able to go on holiday, to be able to switch off from whenever they decide, although it takes work to build a business, don't get me wrong. And again, if you want the knowledge of personal branding, because that's kind of the basic of what we're talking here, just type the 115 in the comment section if you're on my business page, or go directly on my website, which is right there with the /115. But the one last thing that top earners are using, which I've been using for now 3 years, I'm not yet making 6, 7, 8 figures, right, on a month, yet I'm building it, right? You've got to start somewhere. And one of the things that has made a massive difference in my life in terms of being less active, not doing less, but being less on task, yet getting more results, more positive results, and be more out there without being constantly, on the keyboard, is automation and outsourcing. I don't outsource too much. Actually, I've outsourced a couple of times. Right now, I don't really outsource anything, but automation is a big part of my business. Like emails that are automated with the new blog of the week, the reminder of the Facebook Live on Thursday, the recap email on Saturday with the blog and everything. And I'm building relationship with you in emails as well. Email marketing is huge. I love it. Let me know if you use email marketing. I have my bot as well, the ManyChat, to also communicate and send things automatically. My blogs are set. Do you use the content batching methods? And do you know what content batch means? You can use it for anything, literally. Even if you're a mom and you've got kids and you want to, basically it's preparing things in a more bigger volume for a long period of time, so you don't have to do it every day or every week, etc. So for example, my social media content, I do it typically on the Saturday or Sunday. I do for 1 or 2 weeks, and I upload them. Okay. In fact, for social media, at least for my group and my business page, because you cannot do it on personal profile, I also use a tool called app dot well, anyway, I can give it to you. Let me know if you want to know, but it's basically a platform where you can set your posts and reschedule them, recycle them for them to be republished again and again and again at different dates without you doing anything. So it saves me a lot of energy. I don't have to always redo some posts, right? And another thing that I automate is, my blog. So I create 12 weeks worth of blog, the video, the writing, the freebie, just like this one that I've mentioned, the personal branding you can get by typing 115 in the comment section. Every week you've got a new one on my blog, thierryalexander.com. Connecting it with the email marketing and all that stuff. And I create 12 weeks in one go. Okay, so it takes me about 2 to 3 weeks, my processes and connecting everything, the photos for the thumbnails, etc. It's a whole thing. But then for 12 weeks, well, actually about, let's say 8 weeks, I don't have anything to do on that. It's all set. It goes out. I just need to turn up on the Facebook Live, and that's all. Okay, so automation is huge if you want to get some time back. When I went to meditation retreat, that if you've been following me, let me know if you know that that thing that I do. Each and every single year, I actually go to a silent meditation retreat. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done a silent meditation retreat? So the name of it, if you want to check it out, it's Vipassana. If you don't know how it's spelled, so it's Vipassana. And it's a center where you go for 10 days, no eye contact with other people, no touch, no writing, no devices whatsoever. Just you, your thoughts, meditation, 10 hours about a day, not in one go, obviously, with breaks and stuff. And you're in nature for 10 days. And you might be like, oh my God, I could not ever be silent for that long. I thought so too. And actually, that's the best thing ever on my birthday. But for the past 2 years, it didn't happen. So this year I decided, okay, I'm going to do my own. I did it for 5 days in my self course, but it was really nice. It's kind of like a reset button. During that time, is my business on hold? You bet no. It used to be when I didn't have any strategy, any systems, any way to actually build a business effectively without me being always on task. Now, when I go to my meditation retreat for 10 days, and I tend to even take 2 to 3 weeks kind of off, come back slowly, because you can imagine after 10 days of silence, not talking and all this, coming back to craziness of a city like London, you need to adapt, right? So having automation and things going out without me doing anything and just plugging along again, slowly but surely, until I come back to kind of crazy me, like super animated and all that, is an amazing thing. If I want to switch off because I don't feel like it, then my stuff are going out there. Some days in business, even as a human being, some days we don't feel like it, right? We're just like, today I really don't want to do it. That's why content batching and automation are great strategies, because I would typically do my content batch or the content that I want to create in the moment where I've got that fire, like creativity, mind, and like, whoa, let me do, I've got this idea and that idea, right? Which we don't have every day. Some other days I'm like, oh, damn, shit. I've got, sorry for my language, I've got no inspiration whatsoever here. That's going to happen. So to avoid that, automation and content batching are amazing strategies. So let me know if that's something you want to know more about. But in the meantime, you can dive into personal branding and what it is, what you need to create what we talked about today by typing 115 into the comment section if you're on my business page or anywhere else, and that'll help you. Or going on thierryalexander.com/115. And to finish up, let me know, do you have any questions? I'm just going to check. Do you have any questions? Anything you want to ask if that didn't make sense. Is there anything that you are already doing from what we shared, from what I shared? Like we said, basically the top earners are using, attract your best qualified leads. I've talked about how to do it. Actively build your audience, because nothing's going to happen if you don't do nothing. Remember, the transactions are in the conversations. A great quote that I've heard from a great leader that I'm following on a daily basis. Then multiple income streams, automation, and content batching, as I've given you as a bonus, right? These are the things that I learned. And you've got some more on the blog by tapping 115, some more tips on what the top earners are including in their business using, which I do. And since I've been doing it, my income, my business are like exploding more and more and more and more, right? So you may know that I actually do every single day intuitively tune into myself and listen to the word of the day that is there to kind of guide me. Funny enough, the word of today, right? It's word or words. It's be guided and execute. So be guided. Like for me, actually yesterday I've enrolled in a really massive, like that cost as well, one-on-one coaching program. I just finished a group coaching program that was 8 weeks long, and now I'm taking a one-on-one coach that is like 8-figure earners, right? They know their stuff and they're going to challenge me. They're going to make me expand my comfort zone so that I can bring the value back to you. That's because I've got to be guided, even myself as a coach. I've got to have some guidance of the people that have done it before me. Yet having the guidance without executing is not going to do nothing, right? I've got some, with some of my coaching clients, sometimes they're like, oh yeah, and this and that, I didn't get more subscribers. And I've got, if my clients would be here, I'm not mentioning any name, but that's very common. Oh, I don't have any subscribers. And we check, and actually they didn't either give the link, they didn't follow up. So we do it on the spot. We're like, okay, let's do it now. And then people reply, oh, okay, great. And then they subscribe. So we've got to execute, be guided, listen and execute. So these were my words of the day intuitively this morning after meditation and gratitude journaling. So yeah, I hope you got value. We went over about like 7, almost 8 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If you believe that this can be of value of anyone, either tag them or invite them into the private community, the Rise and Roll Facebook group, and I'll be happy to welcome them, and they'll get exactly the same value. They can even download the freebie of the week of each and every single week, which is different every time, but this week is all about personal branding. So if you want to get access to this, 115 in the comment section, and that will be in your inbox, or if you go directly on the website. All right, so lots of love to you. I'm just going to double check in case there's some live questions. I know there's a lot of people coming on a replay most of the time. But yeah, we seem to be good. So great. Well, have a lovely week, a lovely end of the week, beautiful weekend ahead. This Facebook Live is a wrap, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. You take care.